What's up guys, I am back here for another video today, and today I am bringing back my Insidious review videos, and today we are going to be talking about Insidious Chapter 3. Now as promised, I was going to do Insidious 1 and Insidious 2, and now Insidious 3, which I am doing now to get ready for Insidious 4 coming out in just a couple days, so I figured why not, I have to review this movie, so let's do this. So Insidious Chapter 3 is directed by Leigh Whannell, and when she's also worked on Insidious 1 and 2 with James Wan, with Saw 1, a bunch of other projects because they are very close friends. And this film centers its attention on a young girl named Quinn. Quinn is reminiscing about her mother, in which she died about a year and a half ago, so she decides to try to contact her with the dead. However, that's not the greatest idea because this house starts becoming haunted. So Quinn and her dad turn to Elise and see if she can help with their family and essentially save them from the demons and save Quinn. So this is the third film in the franchise. I thought the first two were pretty good. As you guys know, I did like them a lot. Now we're on to the third film. It was okay, I'll say that at best. I don't think it matches up quite with the first two that well. However, what I did respect and enjoy with the concept of this film was the plot, the structure, the story, how it was made. And so the story, I mean, we have Quinn and she has her mother and she's dead and she wants to connect with her. And I was just thinking to myself, I mean, if one of my parents, tragically passed away or something to that effect, I would lose it. I maybe would try all this stuff that Quinn's trying and do anything to try to connect with them, try to get them back, try to see them for one last time. And with that being said, I felt so much sympathy for this character of Quinn because I love my parents and I don't know what I would do without them. So just to see her struggling without her mom, it's just emotional. But that just shows how good of a story and plot how that was. I thought that was constructed really well. And I would say the performances, they were roughly pretty good all around. First we have Stefanie Scott, in which she's playing Quinn. And at first, I was kind of nervous because her performance in the beginning was a little edgy to me. I didn't really like it that much. But then as we get through the film, I think she does progress and get better and better. And then we have our returning cast of Elise, played by Shaye. We have Tucker, we have Specs, played by Leigh Whannell, of course, again. And Leigh Whannell, he really had his job put out because he directed this film, he did the screenplay for it, and he starred in it for quite a bit. But yeah, so if you guys didn't know, this movie is a prequel to the first movie and the second movie. And I think that with prequels, the best prequels, I don't think they need to be forced as a prequel. And with this movie, it does definitely try to force elements to make it as a prequel in a lot of ways. And it kind of bugged me. So we have like Elise and her two sidekicks of the Ghostbuster crew, that's what I like to call them. But the way they meet up and the way they're portrayed in this movie, and there's actually a scene, I'm going to be paraphrasing this because I don't remember the exact words, but all three of them were like in a room together, and then I think it might have been Specs or Tucker, I think it was Specs though, but he said something to the effect to Elise of, what do you call this mysterious place? And Elise said something like, I'm paraphrasing again, let's call it the Further. And I'm just thinking, like, you couldn't have fixed that in a better way to portray and fit it into this film. That's a thing that I meant with prequels trying to force itself, because also in Insidious 1 and 2, we see Elise and her two sidekicks together. And so I guess if you want to incorporate how they met, I think this should have been done in a better way because it just felt forced. Maybe you could have made this an hour and a 52-hour film, but it was roughly around, if I'm not mistaken, about an hour and 35, in which I thought they could have went into detail with that. And another issue I had with this film that was kind of similar to Insidious 1 was how the ending, the big climax, how this one felt rushed as well as the first one. The first one, it wasn't too bad, but it did feel rushed. But in here, it's, I think, just really silly in a way. There are some parts of the climax that does have some scares to it, which did work, I'll admit that. But the silliness comes where there's not too much development for this ending to come. It just appears right there. And when I say silly, I don't mean that, oh, it was like laughable silly. It was more of kind of a disappointment in a matter of that way. For example, like I said, the ending felt rushed, and it was like there was no conflicts when this climax was going on. Like when something needed to happen, it did happen. And I want obstacles in the climax of how you can get around it and make it better. And that's also within how I said that they could have done a better development with Elise and her two sidekicks of add an extra 20 minutes because it would have made this film more effective. But I'll say this though, this film was okay. It wasn't bad by any means, and I don't think it was good as well as like the first and second Insidious films because I thought those are really good. And with everything said and done, I'm going to give Insidious Chapter 3 a C. Now guys, thank you for this journey of reviewing Insidious 1, 2, and 3. I can't wait to see Insidious 4 and review Insidious 4. The biggest question here today, what did you guys think about Insidious Chapter 3? And up to Insidious 1, 2, and 3, what was your favorite one so far? Drop your comments down below and let me know, guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that way you can see me next time. Thanks for watching.